Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek. You are watching Kevin the Geek. Welcome to February. And thank you for everyone who has been very patient with me through the month of January, because of course it has been a little bit of a slightly disrupted month. Obviously the start of it, of course I was ill, so I was re-uploading some of the old stuff which had been blocked, and then of course I wanted to clear my backlog basically, so I had a few outstanding guaranteed requests, which of course I did. I then also managed to complete the smoking room. I completed that, and I thought, do I want to do it by just sort of spreading it out and do it on a monthly basis, or would I rather get an entire show done, which would mean that frees up more slots for the monthly basis? It was a hard decision. I didn't know what to make. I was kind of going backwards and forwards, and ultimately I just thought, you know what, it's already been such a fragmented month, why not just do it and get it out the way, and it's done, so we can get more of the regular stuff moving forward for the remainder of the year. So I appreciate all of your support, but you know, some people liked it, some people didn't like the way I've done this month, and that's absolutely fine, but it has in a way kind of paid off, you know, surprisingly, because this month I've had my most amount of subscribers, my most amount of views, most amount of you know, hourly watches, you know, basically on any month since August. So, you know, clearly I've done something right for the month. So yeah, there you go. But this video, of course, is to give you my plans, kind of not only really for February, but for the remainder of the month, the remainder kind of the year as well. So first of all, the big thing to note is I am going to be having 5 days dedicated to weekly shows moving forward. Obviously, they may change throughout the year depending on what is happening, but basically it's pretty much going to be Friday through to Tuesdays. All of those days will be regular weekly slots for shows, and then the Wednesdays and the Thursdays will be stuff which, most of which is probably going to be on a monthly basis. So to give you an idea of what is happening, on Fridays, of course, I have the last series of The In-Betweeners to come out. So series 3 of The In-Betweeners, that will come out, and then eventually the movie, and then the second movie. Now, if you are interested, if you are not already a member of the Patreon, yesterday on the 31st of January, I have released over on Patreon all 6 episodes of the third series of The In-Betweeners, and the first movie. So all of those are available to watch on my Patreon right now. So if you want to see them, please head on over there. You don't have to, but if you don't want to wait on a weekly basis, then that's how you can do it. Once The In-Betweeners obviously has come to an end on YouTube, I will then swap over and I will continue on with Outnumbered, as everyone has suspected. Of course, Saturday is going to be a new weekly basis, and that is going to be Not Going Out. I've chosen that because I want that to be a longer term show, one that's really, I need to kind of get cracking with a little bit more so with that. Now, that has of course, I'm doing series 4 at the moment, and again, today on Patreon, as I'm releasing this video, all 6 other episodes are going to be available over on Patreon. So again, if you know, it's a big month and a big weekend for Patreon stuff. So feel free, head on over there. Like I said, if you are not already a member, or indeed if you are a member of the Patreon, you can check them out right now. Tomorrow on the 2nd of February, anyone who knows that day in terms of movie land, is a big day, because that's the day of Groundhog Day. So that movie will be coming out on Patreon tomorrow. That is the full uncut, unedited movie reaction. And if you want to watch that on YouTube, the edited version, you're going to have to wait a year. I'm not doing that until 2026 because I wanted to tie in with the February 2nd, and I just didn't have the time to do it. So it's going to be a long wait. So if you want to do that, just make sure you signed up to the Boffin tier or higher. Otherwise, Sunday, Scottish Sundays is back. And of course, now that Still Game is completely done, we are continuing on with Rab C. Nesbitt. We're continuing on with Series 2. Series 2, at the end of it, has a Hogmanay episode, which I will be releasing on Patreon, but I will not release that on YouTube until December, because that is the big change I'm going to be making with regards to Christmas episodes this year. Kind of similar to what I've done with One Foot in the Grave, but in a slightly different way. So any Christmas episode that comes up, so like Ghosts, for example, when I finish the series 3 of Ghosts, there's a Christmas episode. I will record it, I will put it on Patreon, but I won't actually release it for YouTube until the December. So that's what I'll be doing for that. So yes, Scottish Sunday, Rabsy Nesbitt, that is back tomorrow. Mondays, of course, we are moving on to the final series of Benidorm, series 10. Once that is over, I will be continuing on with One Foot in the Grave. And then Tuesdays, that is a slightly different one for the weekly show. And I've basically put 2 shows on that. So what that will be is actually a sort of a 2-weekly basis. So it'll be 1 week, gimme. The second week, Black Books. And it will literally go backwards and forwards until literally I finish series 2 and series 3 for both of those shows. And then I'll choose obviously something different. So that's what's going to be happening with regards to that. Otherwise, Patreon similarly linked. Of course, I have expanded my Super Geek Patreon tier level, which, of course, if you are not aware, that is the tier level which gives you a guaranteed reaction of your choice each month. And what typically happens is the month you give that to me, it will go on Patreon that month and then YouTube the following month. So the ones that are coming out this month in February, that were all the ones that I've released on Patreon in January. So there'll be a new set that'll go on Patreon in February and go to YouTube next month. And the reason I've done it to 7 is so that each month I can give a guaranteed Super Geek week. So it still allows me each month to give you something a little bit different along with the weekly and the monthly shows. The choice is, and so that you're not left kind of waiting to find out what they are, we have got a Red Dwarf related request, which is Universe Challenge, which is a quiz style thing between the cast of Red Dwarf and, super fans basically. I have got the first ever episode of Dinner Ladies, the first episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, an episode of Animorphs, which was a kids show based on a series of books, Dark Season, which is the first really major acting piece that Kate Winslet ever appeared in when she was like 15. It's a kids kind of thing. That's quite fun. And of course I also have Psychoville, which is another series based from the creators of Inside Number 9. That is the first episode of that. It's a brilliant episode. I absolutely loved it, and I would love to continue on with that show. So that's what we're going to be getting this month for the Super Geek Week. So, like I said, we've got Not Going Out, we've got Rabsy Nesbitt, Benidorm, Gimme, Black Books, and the In-Betweeners all going to be happening this month. The Patreon Super Geek Week, the way that will be happening is it's the final full week that I have, I think Monday through to Sunday in each month. That will be the week that I dedicated. So this particular month, it'll be the Monday the 17th through to the Sunday the 23rd. That is when I'll be doing those. So that's a nice easy way for you to find out which week it is if you're unclear. As regards to the other stuff that'll be happening on the Wednesdays and the Thursdays, what have we got? So Fat Friends, doing an episode of that. Ghosts. What I've decided to do with Ghosts is I'm going to finish that show this year, and the way I'm going to do that is each month I will release 2 episodes on the day. So that'll be basically February, March and April, that'll be series 3. May, June, July will be series 4, and then September, October, November, or August, September, October, whatever one it is, that'll be series 5, which of course finishes the show. And of course the Christmas episodes that come with those, that will be in December, of course, airing with, I think the final episode is the Christmas special. So yeah, that's what's happening with Ghosts. What else we got? Good Night Sweet, of course, is back. Dave Gorman's Model Life is goodish. Only Fools and Horses and An Idiot Abroad. They are the other stuff that will be happening this month, which is the kind of on the Wednesdays and Thursdays. The other extra thing to have this month is a movie reaction, and what I will be doing this month is a movie that I released back in November, I think it was originally, and that is Airplane, which is a fantastic movie. I was nearly wetting myself watching that with laughter. I nearly had a heart attack with laughter. It's absolutely amazing, and that will be coming out. Of course, that will be the condensed, edited version for YouTube. Otherwise, you can go back onto my Patreon and you can see the full, uncut, unedited version there. There we go. That is the plans for February, and it'll be very similar moving forward each month. But yeah, I hope you enjoy what is to come this month. And like I said, I appreciate everyone who has sort of stuck with me and sort of bared with me while it was a bit of a an up and down start to the year. Like I said, I wanted to do my best to, like I said, clear the back catalogue, which I've done. And like I said, I've now managed to get myself into a really good position that another show is completed, and we're now going to really move on with another bunch of stuff which will be getting done as well. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on more of my videos coming out. Later on today, of course, I will be doing Series 4, Episode 1 of Not Going Out, which is a really good episode to kick off the series. So I look forward to seeing you. For now, my name's Kevin. I'm a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek.